I'm going to start off this video by simply saying I am so very sorry for bringing you misinformation and misleading you in my last video. If you're not aware of what I said in my last video, I made the statement saying that video games would not be affected by COPPA. But unfortunately, I must inform you that video games can and quite possibly will be affected by COPPA. When I received this information that video games could be affected by COPPA, I was upset. I was extremely upset by the fact that I basically misinformed you. It just felt like I lied to you in a sense. And now I am afraid. I am afraid of COPPA. Beforehand, I was not afraid because I believed that there was not a sense of vagueness, that this entire situation could be easily understood. I thought I had all the facts, but unfortunately that's not the case. And now I believe, in my opinion, that there is a new level of vagueness that is just too dangerous to even consider. It is extremely unfortunate that YouTube did not give us enough information to understand this entire situation. They basically just gave us 2 points and then thought that that was enough. But unfortunately, the second point brings up a new level of vagueness. Just a whole new level of vagueness. When I first read it, I thought that seems pretty clear. Not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. You could be at risk of getting fined, or perhaps even getting your channel deleted. But quite frankly, I would rather have my channel deleted than to have multiple fines filed against me. This entire situation just got worse, ladies and gentlemen. The coined phrase, the end of YouTube, has been thrown about here and there frivolously, and no one really takes it seriously. But now, I believe by next year, YouTube will fall. Because with the COPPA laws, they have taken away the simple law of incentive. When you take away the ability for a creator to garner monetization from said video, they will no longer have the funds, or quite frankly, the will, to make more content. Essentially, the content creator will leave YouTube because there is no point in creating content. And then another thing that will deter content creators or new content creators coming on the platform is the simple fact that if you don't get this system right, you will be fined. You will be fined $50,000. What person would want to risk their financial situation just to make a 5-minute video that could cost them $50,000? No one does. You would have to be insane. And now here comes the point of, we ask ourselves, what can we do? What can we do to prevent this? There is one thing that we can possibly do that could save our skins in, quite frankly, the entirety of YouTube. I have left a link in the description of this video that will lead you to a forum that will allow you to voice your opinions and your distastes to the new COPPA laws for YouTube, to the FTC. Now, if enough people do this, there could be a good chance that we will salvage this horrific event, that we could quite possibly stop this from destroying YouTube. I know there's going to be people who are going to say, I don't care, this doesn't affect me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you watch YouTube on the daily, this affects you. This affects the spectator and the participant. Because if this goes through, and if your content creator's content, your favorite YouTuber, if their videos is mislabeled as directed towards kids, they will no longer have the ability to monetize their videos. And there are rumors going about saying that they want to implement more features to this, saying that they're going to take away features on YouTube like comments. Which, in and of itself, with that and other things, and including the fact that you could get $50,000 taken away from you, takes away the incentive for that YouTuber to continue creating content, which inevitably will cause that YouTuber to leave. So do not tell me that it does not affect you. It does. It affects everyone. We have an obligation to fight, ladies and gentlemen. We have an obligation to stand against these injustices that are about to be implemented on us. Because you and I can both agree that we have done nothing to deserve this. We have done nothing to have this happen to us. This is all on YouTube. They have made their mistakes, and finally someone is standing up to them and saying, no, it is time to punish you. And unfortunately, they're not the ones being punished. We're the ones being punished. So I ask you, my friends and fellow content creators, to stand together for just once in your lifetimes. Stand together. Go to the link, voice your opinions, share the link, share videos talking about this. This cannot go unheard. It would be a grand injustice to not only you, but to your fellow man if this goes unheard and if it actually goes into effect. And it technically already has. So ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to fight. I ask you to fight for a better tomorrow. And it sounds like I am being dramatic, but this situation, in this particular situation, I am not being dramatic. I could possibly lose my channel. Your favorite content creator could possibly lose their channel. The entire platform is at risk of losing viability. And quite frankly, if we're being honest with each other, YouTube has lost viability a long time ago. But yet, the reason why YouTube still stands is because there is no other place to go. You might say, well, look at this. Look at this website, Vimeo or Dailymotion. Those websites are not viable places. They're not viable replacements. If they were viable, then you would see a lot of people making their way towards those platforms. But you don't, because they're not viable. So, there is no replacement. There is no good replacement for YouTube. So I ask you to consider caring for at least once. Care for yourself and your fellow man to stand against COPPA and the FTC. And another favor as well, when you're riding towards the FTC, please be civil. Do not call them fucking morons. Do not curse at them. Do not say anything offensive that could possibly risk them from hearing us. If you act like decent human beings and you are thorough, but you get to the point, they will listen and hopefully understand. It was fun, ladies and gentlemen. It was fun being on YouTube, creating content, talking with all of you. It's great. It's wonderful. But I believe by the end of the next year, if all of this goes into effect, there will be no longer YouTube. YouTube will fall. Finally. After all these years of constant mistakes, YouTube will finally find its end. So again, I ask you one more time. Fight for your fellow man. Fight for your right, for your privilege to create content without the fear of consequences.